What is up, my tankers? Spang here, bringing you the final of the 8.2 replays. This is going to be one of my games, and it is going to be in my GW Type E. And this match is really interesting for one reason and one reason only, but you will see very shortly. Now, this is my Type E, as I just said, and I have lovingly called it my Faust Cannon. And if you have this playing in high def, you can probably read the inscription on the side. It says Faust. And yes, it is my beloved. Every time I pick it, I'm like, well, it's time for me to fire the Faust Cannon. And yeah, it was my first high tier vehicle. I had this before I ever had any sort of tier 10 vehicle. So if you haven't pieced it together, I was an artilleryman way back in the day. And I still play artillery from time to time, though it is not nearly as often as it used to be. I had my Type E before I had my T30, which that was back when the T30 was a tier 10 vehicle. It's simply, I liked the idea of artillery ever since I first started playing the game, and it's changed a lot over the patches. It really isn't the same as it was back in the day, but and a lot of people would say it's still too powerful, especially in the higher tiers. But I don't really know what to do about it, honestly, and I don't know what the devs plan to do about it. It's one of those things of it seems like no one really knows how to fix artillery, and in trying to fix it, they've really messed it up. Because, okay, well, this is not the time or place for that discussion. Let's actually look at the match here. There is this E100 who has decided to forcefully push his way up into the city. None of our vehicles are there at the moment to stop him. But I wanted to shoot him. I fired a shell just because I could. I fire around and then I move because, you know, that's what smart artillery players who don't want to die do. If anyone on the enemy team decides they want to go around and play Mr. Counter Artillery, it's certainly in your favor to move after every single shot you fire. And I do actually hit that E100. When we go back there a minute later, we noticed he's missing a significant chunk of his health, and if you were paying attention, you'd see that my shell, we never saw it impact the ground. Therefore, we know it hit the enemy. Here we go. I fire another shot, hitting that IS-7 for 828 hit points. That is not very nice at all. And there's two ways of looking at artillery. Either as an indirect fire tank destroyer, because let's face it, on the average, you're going to do about the same damage as a tier 10 tank destroyer. Or you can look at tank destroyers as direct fire artillery. Take your pick. There we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. That E100 certainly hurting. And in the post-game stats, I did find out I did hit him that first time. So not very fortunate for him. The AMX 5155, capable of firing, yeah, I messed that up, but capable of firing 3 850 damage shots without reloading. So capable of very much killing a tier 10 tank and one salvo, depending on the tank, obviously, but it is capable. It's something that should be feared. I certainly don't take them lightly. And this enemy E100 trying to fall back and escape. He's right. He's like, I must run away. This was a horrible, horrible idea. Well, that's right. It was. Now, you better be ready to die, because I'm going to... I don't have to take the random shot. I will take the time to aim and fire. 641 on a near splash. The only way it gets any closer is if I hit him. And the E100 getting eliminated by the Lorraine 155-51, the French arty on our team. Our team does have an artillery advantage this match, if you did not notice, but they seem, and that seems to certainly be being a factor. Our team having 3 artillery kills, and the enemy team down by 4 tanks at this point. This Jagdpanzer E100 not very happy with his position, at least that's what I'm assuming, due to the fact he is just blatantly out in the open. The next time he's spotted, I will be taking a shot at him because, I mean, really, he's just a sitting target for arty. Our team having a significant push down the 1-2 line, the majority of our forces on that 1-2 line, and me kind of a bit concerned about the eastern flank, you know, the enemies that might be coming from town or that hill. I mean, let's face it, there's not really anything there to stop them if they decide to come that way, which means there's nothing to protect us. There's nothing to save us arty. And as an artillery player, that makes you very, very, very nervous. But the enemy team apparently falling back quite an extensive amount. Me thinking I might want to shoot that 4502, but there's that E100, the target I have wanted to shoot all along. There we go, a solid hit, a 1-2 punch from me and the T92, just absolutely annihilating this enemy team. Our basically it comes down to artillery is destroying, absolutely bombing this enemy team. It's almost like our team has air support and bombers circling above. Not quite as effective, but you know, our team doing a very good job for themselves. The Batchat 155 on our team, up to 3 kills, that Lorraine up to 2, and I'm the only one of our artillery that has yet to get a kill. I'm a little disappointed at that, but at the same time, I know I've done a lot of damage to this enemy team. I think when the match ends, I've dealt approximately 5,000 some odd points of damage. This M103, I'm like, ah, hell, I'll take the shot, but I miss. And then I quickly decide to back up a bit and hide behind the bushes the best I can. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The majority of our forces being over on this 1-2 line, this western side, and the majority of the enemy forces on the eastern side. So not looking all that great for us. That IS-7, I'm pretty sure he's seen me. I wasn't paying attention, but I do believe 6th Sense told me I was spotted. And right here, me feeling a bit of pain for our Lorraine 155 there. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I will avenge him to the best of my ability. Mr. Lorraine 40-ton, prepare to meet your maker. Wham! And that's why artillery may or may not be overpowered, especially against French vehicles. That Lorraine went from 100% to 0% in less than 10 seconds. Just saying. So he just got 100% deader and all of 5 seconds flat. This E50M alive with 7 hit points left. And I know from earlier looking around in the match that the last known location of that FOC was up on the hill, and he is still there, full health. So apparently that random shell I fired in his direction did not hit for any sort of effect. But he now has 4 artillery, correction, 3 artillery. That Lorraine did end up getting killed. Raining down on him. I get a splash on him for not that much, but he does die very, very rapidly with the, essentially the gates of hell flooding shells upon him. Yeah, our team doing very well for themselves, especially our artillery. 4 kills to that Batchat 155, 1 kill to me, but, you know, I did a lot of damage. I think I was 1 away from Confederate, probably. If I'm recalling correctly. I did not save the post-game screenshot, so I can't say with 100% certainty, but if I recall what happened this match, I was about 1 shot away from Confederate. The T92 at 2 kills and the Lorraine at 2 kills, so if you add all that up, that is 9 kills between us, a good portion of our team's 15. Just saying, artillery might have had something to do with our team winning that match. I was very happy with our performance, but I do believe, looking at the game stats here, we had a tier 10 advantage. So unfortunate for the enemy team that we had more tier 10 vehicles than they did, but that's just how Matchmaker screws you over sometimes. So it wasn't exactly a fair fight, and I think the 15-3 reflects that it wasn't a fair fight. But certainly artillery made it even less fair with our 9 out of our team's 15 kills. But anyway, like I said, this is the last of the 8.2 replays. I will be bringing you 8.3 replays very shortly after this video is uploaded. And I'm just looking forward to playing this game again. It has been like 2 to 3 weeks since I've played it. So I miss you guys. I miss playing this game with you guys. Well, I might be hinting at maybe company nights on Saturdays from now on. I don't know. Maybe. Just be on the lookout for a video. There will be a video announcing that when it happens. It's not an if it happens, it's a when it happens. And that's really just going to be a matter of interest expressed by you guys. But anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to submit a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Just be sure to check out the instructions in the description below. This has been Spang, and I am signing off.